Hey, what is up with you guys? Today we are going to talk about why this massive piece of equipment should be your vlogging / cinematography setup in 2018. Okay, so this is the second time you're recording this, so if I seem just a little angry at the camera I'm using right now, it's not Canon. I'm sorry, it's my problem with the autofocus, so sorry if this gets a little, blurry at this point. Okay guys, so the title might suggest this is the best budget vlogging / cinema / whatever you want to call it for under $500. This is the setup that you need to use in 2018. Now the base of this is the Sony a5100 by Sony. Sony makes some great cameras. I love Sony. That's all the cameras I use anymore, except for this Canon that's on the tripod right now that's filming us. But this thing is amazing. It does some great work, and it's just unbelievable the quality you get for such a small package. So this camera shoots in 1080p. It does not shoot in 4K, which is a bummer for some people, but I think with most people switching back to 1080p, even big vloggers or cinematographers like Peter McKinnon and Casey Neistat, I don't think it's going to be a problem for you just shooting 1080p. Another huge thing I liked is the changeable lenses. You can take the lenses off, trade them out. This is the kit lens that I'm using right now, and then the body. Put them together, you've got an amazing setup right there. And as Peter McKinnon and Casey always say, bodies come and go, but lenses will always be the same. So with these E-mount lenses, they pretty much mount to any Sony camera, as long as it's an E-mount. If I ever decide to switch cameras to the a6000 or a6500, I can just take this kit lens with me, sell the body, and I've got a great reusable lens. Another thing I love about this, especially for vlogging, is the flip-up screen. The flip-up screen is amazing. It makes me frame the shot. I can see it when I film it on a tripod or when I'm just going around with a handheld. As you saw in the beginning of this, you don't have to use this huge rig. You can just palm it and do your thing. But these tools that I will show you are going to make this camera even better and make it the ultimate setup for the a5100. Now a lot of people with the cinematography really like the B-roll that gets shot. And this 60 frames per second on 1080p does that magically. It's beautiful to watch, it's smooth in editing, it's just a great all-around camera. Now we can't talk about that a5100 without talking about the elephant in the room, which is overheating. Now overheating with me is not a problem. 5 minutes, I get 5 minutes of footage of this before it overheats, and that's in hot as balls weathers. And I can, get my shot, go, and then all it takes is for me to turn it on and then turn it back off, and it's cooled. That another 5 minutes of shooting, so I don't think it's much of a problem, especially for vlogging. Now in a studio type setup like I'm doing right now with this Canon, I could say that it might be a problem, but this is for more of the run and gun, vlogging, cinematography, all that good stuff. And I think that's going to be a bigger problem. Now we got to talk about price. Now Sony does make higher branded Sony cameras like this, like I mentioned, the a6000 and then the a6500. But I think this one really does what it needs to do on a budget standpoint. This camera, I bought this on eBay with 2 batteries, a charger, and a leather case for $350 out the door. No bidding, it was just buy now. That's amazing for a price, especially on a camera that does this good of a quality. And you can get this camera for around $400 buy now, or you can bid on it and get it somewhere close to even lower. I saw it bid even lower. I just needed the camera right then and there, bought it, out the door. It's perfect. So if you're tallying this up with me, we're going to tally this up as $350 because that's how much I got it for. Now I'm moving on to my cinematography type rig. The rig that's holding this together right now is a small rig cage for the a6000 and a6500. They do not make an a5100, but I'm going to link a guy in the description who bare bones this and makes it good enough for the a5100. All it takes is a little bit of Dremel work, and you can get that battery slot. And overall, it's pretty good value for what you're getting to put all these accessories on there. The cage was $30. Add that to your tally. So another problem with the a5100 is it does not have an external audio port. Now that's a deal breaker for a lot of people. And fear not, you're still going to get that high quality external audio with this setup. Alright, so right here on the end of this is the Zoom H1. external recorder. And on the top here is a Comica VCM, something like that, 10 shotgun mic. It comes with a dead cat and a wind muff, but I just keep the wind muff on because it seems to do good of a job. These two together, if you sync them in post, sounds just great, and you'll never know that this didn't have an external audio port. I got the mic on eBay for about $30, and this was $50 repackaged, factory repackaged or something it was called on eBay. This right here I'm not going to talk about in this setup, but if you want to have that extra little bit of light in your vlogs, right there, this is a Picagen Smart Light, and I put some Velcro on it and attached it to a ball head. There's a great YouTuber named Tube Noob on this platform. He makes great videos on Sony cameras, and one of his hacks on the GoPro is making this. I highly suggest you go watch it. I'll link him down below, or better yet, he's probably up there along with that other guy. So grand total of this whole setup, excluding this, is 50 plus 30 plus another 30 is 110. So you're getting a great whole setup right here for about $110. Okay, a lot of people don't think about this when they're filming, especially beginners, is ND filters and lens hoods. This is an ND filter with the lens hood. It cost me about $3 each. So, you know, for safe, we'll call it $10. They make your video so good. Peter McKinnon talks about them all the time. Once again, I'll put him down below so you can talk about where he talks about ND filters. They save your footage. They're amazing. You need ND filters. That's added to this setup. And last but not least, we're going to talk about what I use as far as a GorillaPod, and that is the Sabrinth brand GorillaPod, whatever, Manfrotto, whatever. Now, a lot of people think this is a GorillaPod. This is not a GorillaPod. I do not like GorillaPods. For the one thing is they're $80 and they don't hold your cameras. I have used a GorillaPod before on this small SLR and it still wants to slip. This Sabrinth brand is the strongest I've ever had, and it is $10 on Amazon. $10 with the ball head. I think it was like $3 more, but it's amazing. And plus, it's got this nice ball head and do all that good stuff with it. It's amazing. Love it. Can't complain about it. Definitely need the Sabrinth brand. Now, as you can see, we have all the pieces in front of me, and I'm going to assemble it real quick on camera so you can see what it looks like, or about how long it takes to assemble all this together. And just like that, it's finished. All amazing cinema rig just for you to vlog with. Alright guys, now that you've seen it put together, I'm going to go outside and shoot some B-roll with this bad boy. Do a little vlog style of what I would do normally. Show you how good this camera really is for the price point. I really can't explain just how good this product is. And then a lot of people talk about the Canon M10. I'm not a big fan of the Canon M10. They're not as good. I think Canon is really... They're really good on the higher end cameras, but I think in the bars, the midpoint, unless you're getting a G7X Mark II or G7X, but at that point it's like every bland white boy vlogger / white girl vlogger has a Canon, and you can't do anything to it. It's just a good old point and shoot. I'm not throwing shade, but you know, that's what it is. Unless you're wanting a cinematography rig, this is what you want for that budget price point. Okay guys, I'm going to send you guys outside with this B-roll, so please enjoy. So as you can see, this is a pretty good vlog machine right here. The wind's blowing a little bit, so you can get a kind of a sense of how good that wind filter is doing on that external microphone. Right now, if it was only about but other than that, I think it's doing a pretty good job for what it's for. Guys, I hope you like this video. I hope it showed you that you can get great cinematography for under $500 without buying a big, huge, expensive camera. It is cold as